What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Uptown Kitchen. I'm Chef Uptits, or Uptown, I still don't know. I got a haircut since the last time. I like it. Today I'm gonna make some extra crispy chicken bites. Oh shit. Popcorn chicken or fried chicken bites. I'm not quite sure what to call them, but you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They're gonna be very, very crispy because of one specific ingredient that you guys are gonna find out soon. With it, we're gonna make a very simple teriyaki sauce with just simple sauces that you might have in the cabinet at home that you can put together to make a very good sauce for your popcorn chicken. All right, let's do it. All right, so first we just wanna start with our chicken. I have chicken fillets right here. We're just gonna try to cut them in roughly the same size chunks so they all cook at the same time. And fillets have this little vein right here, so I try to cut it with this vein so I can easily remove that afterwards. So I'm just gonna cut this in half right here. It's sometimes hard to get out. And then yeah, you just want to decide how big you want them and keep them roughly the same size. Some of them will have this skin on here as well, and we just want to put our knife with it and just go with it and take it off. So we're not brining the chicken in any liquid brine. We're just gonna hit it with a little bit of salt right now just to let it dry brine for at least 30 minutes. You can let it sit for up to an hour in the fridge. The rest of our seasoning is going to be going in the flour dredge that we're going to be dipping these in before we fry them. So we're not going to be putting too much seasoning on it right now. We just have some kosher salt. A little more. We're just going to roll them all together. Got all the rest of the salt on the board on there. Alright, so I'm just going to cover this with a plastic bag to place in the fridge for 30 minutes or so. We're just gonna make the dredge now. This just depends on how much chicken you have. I'm just gonna throw some flour in there. I don't really know measurements. I'm not gonna give you measurements because you're not cooking this. You're cooking your own. Maybe a little more. There we go. So what makes this so crispy? What makes this such a crispy fried chicken compared to just normal fried chicken? Cornstarch. That's what's up. However much flour you're using, you're gonna wanna put about a 1-to-4 ratio of cornstarch to flour. And this is all-purpose flour, by the way. Maybe a little bit more. That's what's up. Now we're gonna add our seasoning. Fresh cracked black pepper, garlic powder, of course. Don't be shy with the seasoning. Got some onion powder, some oregano, got ground paprika, chili powder, and a little bit of mustard powder. And then you just mix it up. And just for our egg mixture, we're just gonna crack 2 eggs into a plate or a bowl. I'm gonna use this kind of concave plate. Makes it a bit easier. And then we're just gonna beat these 2 eggs together. And optionally, you can add a little bit of hot sauce to your egg mix as well. It might have been too much. It's gonna be spicy. All right, for our sauce, in a small saucepan, we're gonna add just a tiny bit of oil. I'm using avocado oil here. Let's crush 2 cloves of garlic in there. That smells bomb. Once it starts to smell a little bit, I'm throwing in a little bit of chili flakes in. Again, adding a little bit of spice. What we're doing here, we're just infusing the oil with the garlic and the chili flavor, so when we add the rest of our sauce, all of that's gonna mix together and taste really good. So once the garlic gets a little bit of color, we're gonna throw in a little bit of soy sauce, and just a little bit of this teriyaki sauce, just a very generic one. And then to thicken it, again, I have this stir fry sauce. Anything you have in your pantry at home, you can just throw it in. Then I'm gonna add some malt vinegar too. Again, you don't have to. And to balance out the vinegar, we're gonna throw in just a tiny bit of brown sugar as well. Like I said, low heat, we're just gonna let it simmer and come together, thicken up. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes since I put the chicken in the fridge. And we can see the chicken has released a lot of moisture. That means that it's absorbed the salt, and the salt has penetrated the chicken, giving us better flavor. So now we're just gonna prep our chicken, and we're gonna be double dipping it. That means first we're gonna be going in the flour, and then into the egg, and then back into the flour. And generally what you wanna do is have one dry hand and one wet hand. And you don't wanna overdo it either. Not too many pieces at once. You wanna make sure everything is coated very nicely. And then as they're done, you're just gonna toss them into the egg wash. You do wanna shake off the excess flour. And then with your other hand, now your wet hand, you're just gonna make sure that they're coated in the egg wash all around, and then you're gonna toss them back into the flour. And this time you really wanna make sure it's coated. Again, you shake it off, then into our plate, ready to be fried. It is important to portion them and do them in batches so you don't overcrowd the flour or the egg wash. All right, so we have our chicken coated and ready to be fried. Now we're just gonna heat up some oil. All right, so we can see our sauce is definitely thickened up a lot. So we're just gonna go ahead and turn it off. We're just gonna go ahead and heat up our pan right now. And again, we're just gonna put in avocado oil. We want a good amount. We're gonna be shallow frying them. So once you can no longer hold your hand above the oil, that's how you know it's ready to go. Again, with this, the same thing, you don't wanna overcrowd it. You don't want to put too many pieces on there. That's going to drop the oil temperature a lot. And if your pieces don't come out the exact same size, try to put generally the same size pieces as the same batches when you cook them. With the bigger pieces with the bigger ones, smallers with the smaller ones. They're going to cook pretty fast too, literally about like a minute or two on each side. And once they get a nice golden brown color, we know they're going to be done. Now we're doing the last batch. Again, once they start to cook up, you can see just around the edges, they're getting a little crispy, they're getting done. Again, since these are so small, they really aren't gonna take much time, just a few minutes. All right, the chicken cooked all the way through. Our sauce is done. I just let the sauce go until it got to the consistency that I liked. The chicken, we just let it go until it was golden brown, and it's plated up. Now let's eat it. All right, well, here we have it. We have our sauce here. It got pretty thick. Oh. This is so good. The chicken is so crispy, perfectly cooked. The sauce, it's like a sweet and sour sauce almost because of the brown sugar. Cook the chicken, cook all of it, please, for you, for me, for your friends. Thank you for watching my second video. Again, please subscribe if you already haven't, and tell your friends to watch too.